Human beings want to enjoy every right and freedom. Human rights makes every individual to live his life freely and without violating others' rights and freedom. Today, on 10th December, the Salvatore International School will celebrate International Human Rights Day, and I, Miss Margina, would lay some emphasis on human rights in relation with the Indian Constitution. Human rights are the basic rights and they form an essential part for the development of the human being. And Constitution acts as the protector of these rights in the form of fundamental rights and directive principles of the state policy. However, more emphasis has been given to the fundamental rights as all the fundamental rights are directly enforceable by the court of law. From the deep study of Part 3rd and Part 4th of the Indian Constitution, which mainly deals with the fundamental rights and directive principles, that all the fundamental rights are enforceable and it can be exercised by every citizen living in a country. Even not only this, all the rights that are provided by the Universal Declaration on Human Rights has also been covered under these two parts. The judiciary has taken a great step, such as relaxing the rules of locus standi, and now any person, in case of one's affected rights, can approach to the court. Not only this, the Apex Court has interpreted all the fundamental rights that these rights are available to the every citizen, not only like the rights like right to speech, right to clean environment, right to privacy, right to free legally, and right to fair trial, etc., has also been incorporated under the chapter of fundamental rights. Now, I would like to conclude my topic and I would like to pass my request to Ms. Garcia, my colleague staying here, so that she will share her thoughts about the topic on World International Human Rights Day.
Thank you, Ms. Margina. According to Nelson Mandela, a South African civil rights activist, to deny people of their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. My dear fellow friends, a warm good morning to one and all gathered here. I am Ms. Garcia, and today we are here to celebrate World Human Rights Day at Salvatore International School. Every year, World Human Rights Day is celebrated on 10th December. The date was chosen to honor the adoption and proclamation of Universal Declaration of Human Rights on 10th December 1948. Its commemoration was then established in 1950. In India, human rights law came into existence on 28 September 1993. The Government of India constituted National Human Rights Commission on 12 October 1993. Human rights are the rights inherent to all the human beings, regardless of color, sex, religion, nationality, ethnicity, or any other status. These are the norms or principles for certain standard of human behavior and are regularly protected by law. Human Rights Day is celebrated to raise awareness about people's social, cultural, and physical rights. It also aims to ensure the welfare of everyone. United Nations on this day encourages nations to create equal opportunities for everyone. It also addresses the issues of inequality, exclusion, and discrimination. If we incorporate human rights as a way of our life, we will be able to eradicate poverty, ignorance, discrimination on the basis of color, caste, religion, or any other form within our society. On this World Human Rights Day, let's work towards achieving a just and equitable society by upholding the ideals and principles enshrined in our Constitution and Universal Declaration of Human Rights, to promote and protect human dignity. would like to conclude my speech with the meaningful words of Martin Luther King. I would like to conclude my speech with the meaningful words of Martin Luther King. Right,
the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. These are the golden words of John F. Kennedy. Good morning, listeners. I'm Ms. Jasmine from Salvatore International School. All human beings want to enjoy their basic rights and freedom. Yes, being a human being, I too want to enjoy my freedom and basic rights. And I know, in fact, I can say I'm sure that you all who are listening to me want to enjoy their freedom and basic rights as well. But a question may arise in our mind. What is that? That's what are basic human rights. Yes, human rights are the basic rights and freedom that belong to every person in the world. Human rights include the right to life and liberty, freedom from torture and slavery, freedom of opinion and expression, the right to education and work, and many more. These human rights, or we can say these basic human rights, belong to everyone in this world, and these are entitled to us without any discrimination. But here another question may arise: when these human rights came into existence? It was the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on 10th of December 1948. From that day, 10th of December is observed as the Human Rights Day throughout the world. Every year there are themes related to human rights, and so far as the theme of 22, that is 2022 is concerned, that is dignity, freedom and justice. But as far as WHO is concerned, they have observed that there will be no dignity, no freedom, no justice so far as the health of the people is concerned. That means health is first, health is priority. If we all are healthy, then and then only the dignity, freedom and justice will be achieved. Now, let me switch over to one of the fundamental basic rights. If you have the words, there is a chance that you will find the way. Yes, our opinion matters. If you have the words, there is a chance that you will find the way. Our voice matters. We have the right to speak whatever we think. We have to share information and demand a better world. Then what? Yes, I'm talking about one of the basic fundamental rights, that's freedom of expression. The ability of an individual to express their beliefs and thoughts, opinions and ideas about any issue throughout the world using any of the modes of different communication available is simply freedom of expression. But you know, there is a famous saying. What is that? The freedom of speech is alive then and then only the society can work freely. If the freedom of speech is taken away, yes, if the freedom of speech is taken away from you, then dumb and silent we all may be led like sheep to the slaughter. That means we people will be treated as sheep, and that too dumb and silent. This is the way that you can see how important the freedom of speech is. And one more important thing, to bring any sort of change in the society, it's important and it's very essential to speak freely. We have many rights, we know, and we talk about them, but sometimes we do not achieve them. We fail in achieving those rights, and that's the point where it becomes essential to speak, and that too freely. If we will not speak freely, then we will not be able to achieve our rights properly. You know what? Freedom of expression or freedom of speech is not only that we should speak freely, but one important thing is that it is the freedom for others to listen to you as well. You also have to listen to them. And before wrapping up my, this small sort of speech, I will quote Malala Yousafzai's golden words. She has truly said that one book, one pen, one child and one teacher can change the world. With these words, I say goodbye to you. Have an enchanting time. Thank you.
The great Indian philosopher, brother, civil rights activist, Mahatma Gandhi has once stated, "The greatness of humanity is not in being human, but it is in being human." Hello everyone. Today I, Miss Ishwar Ghazali, wish to share my views about the most important day celebrated across the globe, that is Human Rights Day. We celebrate it every year on 10th of December. The reason for the celebration of the day is to create and promote awareness regarding human rights among the masses. To emphasize the endeavors of United Nations to improve overall conditions of human rights, to get together and cooperate, to discuss and highlight the particular issues, to emphasize the vulnerable groups of our society, that is women, minorities, poor, physically challenged, etc., to participate in decision making. And above all, to provide opportunity to everyone to look forward and to introspect whether he or she does not become the reason for the violation of human rights. Now, dear listeners, let me switch over to one of the most important fundamental rights, that is right to life and personal liberty. The right to live a free, full and dignified life is one of the basic principles of the very human existence. Right to life is universally recognized and is one of the most important human rights. It is held at the heart of the Constitution because in its absence, the all other fundamental rights have no reason to exist. In India, the protection of life and personal liberty is fundamental right granted to every citizen under Part 3rd, Article 21 of our Constitution. The Article 21 of the Constitution uses three crucial expressions. Number first is right to life. Number second is right to personal liberty. And number third is procedure established by the law. So I can say that the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness begins with life. And life itself begins at conception. It is a belief that being has the right to live and should not be killed by any other entity. So let me conclude by the golden words of Mother Teresa. Human rights are not privilege conferred by government. They are every human being's entitlement by the virtue of his humanity. Thanks. Now, I will invite Ms. Regina to throw light on human rights.
Thank you, Ms. Ishwar. The Indian Constitution was greatly influenced by the values imbibed in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is an international document adopted by the UN General Assembly on 10th December 1948, with the basic motive to protect and preserve the basic fundamental rights which all human beings are entitled to. my dear nation, I here, Miss Regina Subba, would like to brief the gender equality for humans. Inequality and discrimination lie in the mindset the people hold and the way they approach it. Gender inequality affects everyone, be it children, women, transgenders, and even men. Gender equality is a human right, but there seems to be a certain gap in access to various opportunities as well as the decision-making power for women, men, and transgenders. Women's and transgenders empowerment is an important aspect of bringing gender equality. Giving equal opportunities to women and transgenders and guaranteeing them their equal share of rights helps in not only achieving gender equality but also in a wide range of development goals. According to the UN Article number 2 and the Indian Constitutional Provisions Article number 14, 15, 15.3, 16, 39A, 39B, 39C, and 42 of the Constitution are of specific importance in terms of gender equality and the equality in the general sense. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, this is Yasmin Koyum and I am presenting an impactful and an insightful speech on right to education. Alan Boone once quoted that education is the movement from darkness to light. Education is the basic fundamental human right and a tool for socially and economically modernized section to use in order to come out of their vicious cycle of poverty. It also includes right to free education. Freedom of education refers to the right granted to the human in order to pursue the education of their choice without any restriction. Education is the basic human right and should be given to everyone. At least elementary education should be given to everyone. Technical and professional education should be easily and generally available, and higher education should be easily accessible to all and on the basis of their merit. Further, Article 26(3) proclaims that parents have a prior right to choose one kind of education for their children. The Government of India, by Constitution 86th Amendment Act 2002, has a new Article 21A, which states that every state shall provide free and compulsory education to all the children of 6 to 14 years, made determined by the state law. Education helps to suppress irrational restrictions and promotes equality of a diverse country like India. I will conclude my speech by a great quote of famous
Nelson Mandela that education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. And I completely agree because I believe that education can change human behavior and the changes brought up by education are most desirable and boundless. Thank you.